Okay, when I look at these next two questions, class 20 and 21, I'm glad we did 18 and 19 first, because 18 and 19 asked us to take information about the x-intercepts and write vertex form. But now in question number 20 and 21, we're going to take information about the intercepts and we're going to find factored form. That's the one that's easy. We already did that in questions 18 and 19. You can see here was factored form, and here was factored form. So writing factored form will be pretty darn easy. Take a look at this, class. We've got y equals, and you could put f of x if you want to, or g of x, or h of x, or h of t. Doesn't matter how you write the y value, as long as it's y, or it's in function notation. Here's our x-intercepts. If they're at 3 and 9, then I know my binomials will be x minus 3 and x minus 9. And that's because, again, when you plug in your x-intercept, you should create a binomial that changes to 0. So in this case, plugging in 3 gives us 0. The whole equation changes to 0, which makes sense, because when you plug in 3, you better get 0 as your output. You better get a y value of 0. So now the question is the vertical stretch, which is 2, and now we want to know, does this parabola open up or down? This particular parabola has a vertex that is a minimum or the lower value. That means our a value must be positive and our equation is done. Let's take a look at 21. Here comes our equation. Y equals, my x-intercepts are at -7 and 1. That means my binomials will be x plus 7 and x, oops, let's make sure that looks like a 7 and not a 3, and x minus 1. Take a look. If you plug in -7, this binomial changes to 0. If you plug in 1, this binomial changes to 0. So it follows the zero product property. So now we're going to go ahead and look at our stretch. Our stretch is actually 1. The question is it positive or negative? It says our vertex is a maximum. That means our parabola opens down, because that makes a vertex the very top of our parabola. And that means, class, that this a value here has to be, or this vertical stretch has to be a -1. And you can just put a negative without the 1, because multiplying by 1 doesn't do anything. But you definitely have to have the negative in front of that. And there is question 20 and 21.